What's up, everybody? It is the Best Bot Kid Smooth, and I am back with another video. Man, I planned on taking like the week off. I was gonna do a couple streams here and there, but as far as just to prepare, get my mind eased for E3. So Jason Schreier from Kotaku's back at it, revealing these leaks and his sources, his unnamed sources, to claim that Microsoft will be delaying Crackdown 3 to 2019. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised. I'm not really surprised. No one's really surprised about this. Just last week they were trying to rumor it off that it was canceled and whatnot, and they had to clear that up. But they never really confirmed if it's delayed or not. But Crackdown 3 has been revealed back in 2014. And it's it hasn't been at E3 every year since then, but it's made appearances. Made an E3 appearance at 2014. I think it might have skipped 2015. I don't know if did it skip 2015 and 2016. I know it came back at they actually showed it. I know it went to a Gamescom. Then it was showed at E3 last year with a release date. It was supposed to launch with the Xbox One X, and then it was showed again at Comic-Con. I think it's San Diego, where they let a bunch of drunk C-rated actors play the game, made it look horrible. The game has just been, the thing is, the only good thing that we saw about this game was many years ago when they had like behind a closed door demo of the destruction. And that's what everybody wanted to think about, was thinking about what that game was like. Man, we can't wait. And when they finally brought the game to the public again to be shown, it was like that was one of the features or the modes that was ignored. They were showing like basic shit and it looked unimpressive. My boys Iron Lord podcast, they got to play that E3. I watched it played, but it was like whatever. I really didn't care for what I was seeing. But they played it, they didn't really care for what they were experiencing, and it's just like whatever. It gets delayed to sometime this year. Spring 2018 was the target date. Obviously, there's about like 15 more days until spring is over, so it's obviously not coming out in spring 2018. We haven't heard nothing about the game, so it's like my last video in regards to Crackdown 3 was really. I think one of my first discussion videos when I expressed my thoughts on Crackdown 3, where I said Crackdown 3 will be coming this year. My only concern is that Microsoft would just toss it out there because they don't want to cancel it. And I was wrong. It's not coming out this year. And it's not coming out this year because the people at Xbox want to turn Crackdown to a staple. They want Crackdown to have the identity like Halo has, like that Gears has, and Forza. It wants to be, a part of the starting five, And honestly, I don't know what to think, It's like, if the game comes out, it's garbage, it's doomed. If the game gets delayed, it's doomed. If the game gets canceled, we know what that means. Recent reports came out that they want to, throw more money into Crackdown, make it a bigger, badder, more ambitious title. More money. Well, great. That's fine and dandy, but what was it when you were going to present it to us? Like, why couldn't that been decided when you actually wanted to release the game? Like, why did it take till last E3 to say, oh, we need to put more money into this game? You know what I mean? Take your game seriously, Microsoft, Xbox. Take your games seriously. Why is this a decision to be made now? The game's been in development for all those 5 years. By the time it releases, it'll probably be close to pushing 8 years or so. I don't know, but it's disappointing. It's very disappointing to see that delayed, because I think I'm only disappointed in a Crackdown 3 delay for the simple fact I don't know what the hell's coming out this year for Xbox. I mean, we got Sea of Thieves, which is great. Shout out to the Hungering Deep. That thing was fun. State of Decay 2 is all right. I don't think it's for everyone. I like to play it just to mess around, but it's out there in a while. But then, there's still about 6 more months of this year, and I don't know what they're putting out. Crackdown 3 was I guess the only game left in a Forza title, but And that's what disappoints me. It's like 2017 when I learned that Sea of Thieves and State of Decay 2 was pushed to 2018. I knew 2017 was doomed. And I'm like, damn, 2018 is going to be extremely weak. Extremely weak. It's actually almost on par with 2017. So that's my disappointment in Crackdown 3, is the fact that I don't know what else Microsoft is putting out this year. And the thing is like, now that you're dumping all this money into the game, now that is a development cycle is eclipsing games that has been announced after it. There has been games announced after Crackdown 3 and managed to release before Crackdown 3. It's insane, man. It is literally insane. And the thing is that now that when it finally does release, it can't be an average game. It can't be a 70, a 60. It has to be top notch. Like, what can you possibly do to Crackdown 3 to change perception, to make it this godlike game? What can you do? How much money can you put into this game, to the development team, to make it a game of the year contender, to be a staple? What can you do? What kind of overhaul will you make to Crackdown 3 for it to be that title? I'm not sure. I'm not sure you can do anything to it. I mean, we already seen it. I mean, I don't expect Crackdown 3 and 2017 looking like what it looked like in 2017, and then when it comes out in 2019, I'm not expecting it to look like Horizon and God of War. I'm not expecting that. I'm just, because I don't know what they're going to do. What can Microsoft do? And the 4 developers they have, the 4 development teams they got working on this game, what can they do to improve this game or make it that much better? And then one of the development teams, I think CloudGen, has already been bought by Epic Games. So who knows how much more involvement they have with this game if it's not done. I mean, I don't know. It's like some people talk about it in a positive light. Well, the game was rough. It needs, we don't want them to do another State of Decay or Sea of Thieves type deal where it's lacking content or it's not finished or it's broken and stuff like that. Yeah, sure. I don't want that either. And then be like, oh, but they're gonna make this to a bigger budget title. It's gonna be bigger. It's gonna be better. I mean, that doesn't mean anything to me until it releases and I get to experience it. But I mean, I don't have a proper way of rationalizing the delay, or it's not even that the delay. I don't know if it's the delay that's bothering me. It's the unknowns. It's the fact that the game went dark and I don't know anything else of what Microsoft is doing this year. And that's what makes their delays and cancellations hurt and sting much more, because they never gave you a pipeline. They never gave us a pipeline, a calendar, or anything to look forward to beyond their games they're promoting. So for example, think about this, right? After Sea of Thieves, right? State of Decay, we knew of State of Decay. We knew nothing after State of Decay 2. Imagine if State of Decay 2 was delayed and they didn't give like the replacement date yet. It's like we have nothing else to look forward to beyond. People could handle a Days Gone delay because they know there's a ton more. Like when Days Gone got delayed, it's like, okay, whatever. We're just coming off of God of War. There's still an announcement for Ghost of Tsushima, freaking The Last of Us, Death Stranding. We know those are all coming. We know we're gonna get a date on The Last of Us 2, and there's some other small time. We know no. We got Spider-Man in September. If you're a PlayStation fan, they tell you Days Gone is delayed in what, May or April, but Spider-Man comes in September. So it's like you really don't care because you know there's something next. When Microsoft gives delays or cancellations, you don't know what's next or if there's anything next for the remainder of the year or the next coming year, and that becomes a problem. So it's like, I don't know if my issue with Crackdown's delay is related to me wanting to play Crackdown, or is it just me wanting to know what else is coming out? But, I like Crackdown. I want Crackdown 3 to be a good game. I would have bought it regardless had it came out with no content or fucking broken. I would have just had to learn the hard way. But I really wanted to to play this game this year. And I'm looking forward to it. But to me, it's delay after its countless delays, after its so like it's my this develop the development of this game is older than my kids. The development of Crackdown 3 is older than my kids. So I feel like now this delay that they announced just really delayed it. It's like to the point I don't really care anymore. It's like irrelevant. The new release date is irrelevant to me. It's completely the only way they could change my mind on on Crackdown 3 from being like irrelevant to me if they somehow find a nice way to damage control that they're delaying a game. The only way you can damage control this Crackdown 3 delay if you launch a couple games this year before the year is over, like some decent ones, and allow us to play a beta later this year, and you can sneak in a spring 2019 launch date. I'll be fine, because then the game is in my mind again. The fact that, okay, we'll be able to try a portion of it, and it kind of keeps us there. Otherwise, it's completely irrelevant to me. My hype for Crackdown 3 from its announcement went from 10 to its delayed beta to an 8 to its behind the closed door destruction, went back to a 10 to its E3 reveal, which brought it down to a 7 because we didn't see any of the destruction or anything like that, to its Comic-Con showing with the people playing, down to a 5. And when it's delayed, it was delayed to spring 2019. I was still at a 5 because I didn't know what the hell they were going to do with it. And now I'm at about a -2. So if Crackdown does not appear, and Rand says, now Rand called this delay. He already called it. He had this information. They should just be quoting Rand or the Xbox 2 podcast. They should just be quoting that, if you ask me. But if this game, because Rand said, he believes, or his prediction says, this game will be a no-show at E3. If this game's a no-show at E3, it's completely off my fucking radar. Because if it's at E3, I have a state of mind that, all right, I can see some progress, some improvements. If it's not at E3, for me to see any improvement upon last year's showing, it's completely irrelevant to me. Because then when 2019 comes, what are you gonna do then? When do we see it then? At E3 again? Wait till E3 2019 to see the game so we can play it at fall 20. I'm not touching that game in 2019, man. I'm gonna be fucking 30 years old. 30. Nah, I'm sorry. So I don't know, man. I don't have a proper way of looking at this delay. I'm going on YouTube. I'm going on Twitter. I'm seeing people look at it from an extremely negative standpoint, which I get it. I see people looking at it from a positive standpoint, which I understand. I mean, if Crackdown 3 was to come out this year, I told you guys it have to come out in July or August. September is a death trap. September is looking like November now. October, obviously, it can come out in October. November, some games, if you didn't release with all these games that's coming out in October and September, games that are dropping in November might be an afterthought. Unless it's on Assassin's Creed, then I'm there. But and they can't come out in December because it's just stupid. So then, what do? March is probably not safe because there's usually a hit or two in March. You know, Sony's going to drop a megaton in March or February. So it's like, when do we see it? And if it's early 2019, we have to see it at this year's E3 or at least Gamescom. But if it's fall 2019, we're not going to see it this year, and we have to wait till next E3 to see the improvements. So my thoughts on the delay, it sucks. Whether it may be for the best. Hopefully it feels right, and they are able to invest in a Crackdown and then see a return and be able to deliver a great product. But who knows, man? Who freaking knows? And this also goes against the fact that a lot of people was running with this idea that Microsoft was launching broken, unfinished games just because of Game Pass. They quoted Sea of Thieves, which wasn't broken. It just wasn't filled with as much content as people liked. And State of Decay 2, sure, it was buggy, but they fixed the game in like a week. But now Crackdown, otherwise, if that was the case, Crackdown would be in Game Pass today for all us to play if that was the case or the reason for Game Pass. So it proves that. But my thoughts on this delay is I'm neither positive about it or negative about it. And the reason why I feel indifferent is not because I'm mad that Crackdown 3 is delayed. I'm mad because Microsoft has not given me a roadmap for 2018 and 2019 for me to look beyond Crackdown or to put my attention elsewhere in the event a game like Crackdown 3 gets delayed or canceled. So that's the problem with Xbox is when you have we had Sea of Thieves, State of Decay 2, you assume Crackdown was next, and when that game gets canceled, it's like, well, now what? That's what happened in 2017 when it was like, hold on, we're just coming off of a Gears game, a great Forza game. Going into 2017, we had Halo Wars 2. We know there's not another Gears game, and chances are there's no Halo 6. So Crackdown was supposed to be the title. Crackdown, Sea of Thieves, and State of Decay were all supposed to come out in 2017. When those all are not coming in 2017, it's like, then what? What do we have? And 2017 was a freaking drought. Now 2018 doesn't, to me, for Xbox, doesn't feel like a drought. It does feel lackluster and unpromising. But Crackdown 3's delay is only impactful not to the game for me, but to what does the Xbox have next. And this is Microsoft's fault for not really sharing a roadmap or putting out the content out there where we have things to look forward to beyond a Crackdown 3. That's why people on Sony side, PlayStation side, they have things to look forward to beyond the Days Gone. You know, there is a Spider-Man. He just came off of God of War. You know, Spider-Man's coming in September. Days Gone, all right, it's not coming this year. It's coming sometime next year. Fine. But and then, you know, there's 3 other games that's coming out next year that are all possible Game of the Year contenders. It's crazy. Nintendo, same thing. A game could get delayed for Nintendo tomorrow or canceled, and nobody cares because they got 3 Pokemon follow-up games that they can look forward to because they have there's stuff after whatever the next game they were looking forward to. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How bad is this Crackdown 3 delay? Should we be pleased with the Crackdown 3 delay? Should we be upset? Should we feel indifferent? What are your thoughts on the Crackdown 3 delay? I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you think the comment is too toxic for you, hit me up on Twitter. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Hit the notification bell for my next video. And if you want to support this channel anymore, go ahead, feel free to subscribe to the Patreon. Patreon.com/KidSmooth. I'm out of here, guys. Peace.